they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets.
Welcome to Graybo's Giblets, part of the NoOffseason.com Sports Card Network. We know you don't have 40 hours per week to pour over podcasts and spreadsheets to handicap these games yourself. We do that for you and bring you our picks each week so you can have some confidence heading into the weekend or walking up to the window. We're out here dropping giblets, and we might drop a few giblets about sports cards while we are here. I'm your host, Graybo, and I'm joined by Denny one time and Fitz to break down the Week 17 NFL slate. Only 2 weeks left of the regular season starting this week. How we doing, fellas?
Happy birthday, Denny.
Thank you, boys. Nothing I'd rather do than start the day hanging out with you two.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Denny.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm thankful to have another year on this earth. Thankful to have at least 2 more weeks of NFL season to bet on.
Love it. Love it. All right. Let's see how we did last week.
Real quick, Denny, look at Gray.
He's holding his mic.
Wait.
He likes to
I like this thing.
And you told him not to jiggle it on the table. So he's
I picked it up.
That's how he makes it work.
Picked it up like I'm singing. Before we get to the board, remember you can go at Whatnot, get $15 by joining through whatnot.sportscardstrategy.com. Let's look at last week. Denny 0-3.
Go, Shorty. It's your birthday.
Cowboys +1. They had it. Seahawks -3.5, only won by 3. Jets had it, lost -3, only won by 2. Thoughts?
I lost
3-0. Real quick.
I lost 3 games by a total of 2.5 points.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
So overall, 22, 23, and 3. Back to under 500. Fitz, a nice 3-0 week for Fitz. Steelers, Ravens, Niners over. Sorry about your Niners, but you hit the over at least.
Yep.
And the Jaguars, Bucks, over 41.5. They scored 42.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. He is 28-20-1. He has taken over the top spot because I went 2-1 to go 28-21. We got to beat Fitz at something this year. We're beating them on our NFL locks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I took San Francisco, Baltimore over as well. Lions covered, and I had the Cowboys with Denny, and that we watched that, and that was we knew it was happening in slow motion. We were like, they scored too early. Dolphins offense is elite. Cowboys couldn't stop them. Kicked the field goal to win.
I will say Dak showed heart on that last drive for the Cowboys. That could have been the game-winning drive, and if Miami doesn't come down and score, then Dak's a hero, and they're talking MVP. But Miami happened to kick a field goal. So I will say, if you go watch that last drive, that's the Dak we got to see in the playoffs.
Well, that's what we got to see. Yep. I believe in Dak this week. I think me and you believe in Dak this week. It's baby.
Yep.
Do you believe in Brock Purdy still?
Yep.
Not. Do you believe his MVP odds dropped that much?
That was crazy.
That's
-200.
a little.
That was very reactionary. But, 4 picks, that'll do it. And you do it against the other MVP frontrunner. It's just a recipe for a massive movement there. But, 4 picks. 3 of them were, hey, you create your own luck. The pass rush was getting to Purdy, but some of the bounces were very favorable. So,
and then Lamar gets a short field.
Yeah. I mean,
and didn't score a lot of touchdowns. This kicked a lot of field goals.
Yeah. They didn't have a drive like over 50 yards.
Overrated.
But no, Ravens boat raced them. It was a bloodbath.
Yeah. All right, dude. Birthday boy.
Do I get to
first?
Can I open my gift?
Fitz got him a gift. I didn't get you anything.
Well, I'm sure you're still shopping. It's a card.
Definitely.
It's a card. It's in a. Oh my God. You guys, you really love me, Fitz. Fitz got me a Pop Century Kodak Black auto to 7. Unbelievable. Where did you find this?
The internet.
You bought it on eBay?
I did.
And I didn't even notice because I
bought it on my personal.
You bought it on your personal? Sneaky.
I pay taxes.
Graybo's account to buy that.
Unbelievable.
Going straight to the shop.
No, this is a PC. Kodak, even though Florida Atlantic let me down a lot this year in football season, that is a great gift. That means more to me than even if you got me Lil Baby, because like Lil Baby, everybody likes Lil Baby.
Right.
You know, I like Kodak, right?
I love it. Good gift.
Yeah, that's very, very thoughtful.
Good gift.
I am going to take for my 3 picks this week. I'm going to take the Cowboys minus 5.5 against the Lions. Cowboys at home. It's a get-right spot for the Cowboys, coming off 2 tough losses. Letdown spot for the Lions. I think Dan Campbell has been trying to coach them through this. It's the first time they won the division in forever. You know, they had a lot of partying, a lot of excitement this week. Those 2 things together, I do like the Lions for what it's worth as a team, but in this spot, it's just a good spot for the Cowboys. The second game I'm going to take, normally I don't take a lot of double-digit favorites in the NFL, but I do like the Bills minus 13. Maybe you can get it at 12.5. The Bills, it's time for them to roll decisively. These last 2 games are huge for them. They've been playing well. You guys know I love Bailey Zappi, but he's against his defense. He's going to make a mistake or 2. And so I think the Bills should roll here. And then finally, I don't take a lot of over-unders, but I like Houston and Tennessee over 44. We do think Stroud is playing. If Levis is playing, if both quarterbacks are playing, I think both of them tend to chuck it downfield, score some points. Titans defense is bad. So I'm taking it. If Levis doesn't play, I might change this one for the record before Sunday. It's my backup pick, but let's go.
Nope, it's locked in. All right, Fitz, what we got?
Yeah, I like those. I'm going to also go to the Lions-Cowboys game. I'm going to take the over 52. I think the Lions, I just need the Lions to stay with it and not fall too far behind because I think they can run on Dallas and that rush defense. And then Dak's going to air it out. He's going to torch the Lions secondary. So I expect this to be a shootout. I'm going to go with another over. Rams, Giants. Rams coming off a mini bye. They're heating up. Nobody wants to see this team in the wild card round. They'll be ready. Speaking of the wild card round, it'd be pretty cool if Stafford went and played the Lions.
That would be a fun one to watch. I'd be locked in on that.
So 43, that seems doable. Tyrod, more than capable in Dable's offense. I think they'll be able to produce some points as well.
Love Tyrod this week. Little sneaky DraftKings preview play.
And lastly, I'm going to go with the Raiders. Getting 3.5 at the Colts. Antonio Pierce is the guy. They're coming off a huge win against the Chiefs. Second road spot. I don't think it matters. This is now all of a sudden a playoff game. Has playoff implications. They can knock off the Colts here. They'll both be 8-8. Some of the other teams ahead of them have some tough games here. So Oakland's not dead. That defense is good. If they can contain Jonathan Taylor, I think they have a chance to win it.
Who would have thought? Well, you said Oakland, but Las Vegas and Indianapolis playing maybe for a playoff spot.
I stand with the people in Oakland.
That Oakland losing teams left and right. A's, Raiders, tough times. All right, I'm going with the Cowboys as well. Love this spot at minus 5.5. Lions have locked up their division. Dak, I believe, is a better quarterback than Goff. So I'm going with the Cowboys, who are still fighting for that division, still fighting. I know the Eagles play the Cardinals, but so the Cowboys need to keep up, need to win this week big time to maybe have a chance at the number 1 spot. So like Denny said, I think the Lions have been partying. Saturday night game, short turnaround. And even though it's one day before Sunday, but that factors in. The hangovers factor in. Cowboys minus 5.5. Love the Packers. Love the Packers on Sunday night getting a point versus Jaron Hall. The Vikings, I think Mullins is a lot better than Jaron Hall. Next man up, I guess. Jaron Hall's getting the start. Same kind of thing. I take Jordan Love over him all day. And for his boys to get the win, Packers +1 against the Vikings. And then I'm going to go the opposite of Denny and go Patriots with the points. +13, I think the Bills are overvalued here. He talked about Bailey Zappi turning the ball over. Josh Allen throws an interception every game. They could be very sloppy on offense. Patriots slow the game down. Lots of running. Run that clock. Keep it out of Josh Allen's hands. They're not going to win, but I do think they keep it within 10 points. So I'll take the Patriots with the points.
All right, let's figure out what we're going to bet personally on that. That'd be a fun one.
It will be. I'm nervous about it, but we'll see. Get 10% off any purchase at Graybos.co by using the promo code Strategy2023. Let's get into our props, our best prop bets of the week. We got some winners last week. The only loser was Boston Scott. Touchdown. He had 1 carry for 3 yards, and it wasn't on the goal line.
What on God's green earth were you thinking?
Unfortunately.
You said we were going to go 3-0, and I told you I was going to ruin it.
Yeah. Took an L there, but that's all right. DeAndre Swift finally got in the end zone. So it's so funny. Kelsey was like, I feel so bad for him because he gets tackled on the 1, and I just turned to him and say, you know what's going to happen.
It should have been Boston Scott last.
There you go. Heineke got Duke the win over 202.5 passing yards. He finished with 229. Justin Jefferson smashed the over 79.5. Finished with 141. So we went 2-1 for props. We're back. Let's go 3-0, boys. We feel good about this. We got a couple of quarterback overs and a receiver over. So Denny, birthday boy Dotson.
I've been so bored with the prop segment that I'm now stealing Fitz's thing of taking bad quarterback passing yards over. Heineke worked for me last week, so let's take Jacoby Brissett. He's actually I give him a lot of crap, but he's actually looked pretty solid the last two games.
Made it look easy.
He's come into the game. He's starting this week. This could be the death of Sam Howell's career, if at least in Washington, if Brissett plays well again. Game script wise, they're going to be behind. He's going to be chucking it. He'll keep chucking it till the end of the game because they're going to be down by 2 touchdowns. So over 230.5 yards. And RIP Sam Howell. Hope you sold your Sam Howell cards.
Ooh.
Can you imagine trading a 86 Fleer Jordan for Sam Howell?
That was a good call, Fitz.
Chantilly?
Yeah.
Remember I entertained it.
Yeah. It was a 1-of-1, right?
Yes.
You just entertained it for the customer.
Yeah.
And you were never going to do it, right?
No.
And we would have sold it within a week, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
It was a big Sam Howell, people. Not just any Sam.
But would have been done regardless. All right, yeah, we got fresh blood this week, so I was debating between Jaron Hall and Jared Stidham. I ended up on Stidham over 200.5. Last year, played a couple games. He hit that number. Chargers pass defense is awful. I think he's a spark that the Broncos needed.
Who's the biggest Broncos fan you know that runs around here at Graybo's? Goat. Is Goat a Broncos fan?
Yeah.
I don't know that. Well, I was going to say our mailman.
Oh, right.
Huge Broncos fan. Said Stidham's going to throw for 300.
Ooh.
That's what his prediction
This one
was.
will cruise then.
So I like that bet because he watches them religiously. I'm going with another receiver prop. They've been working out. Rashee Rice over 63.5 receiving yards. He's starting to be the number 1 in Kansas City, even over Kelsey maybe. Kelsey, he's just so in love. He's been bad.
Women weekend legs.
Yeah.
That in Rocky.
Rice over 63.5. Got him projected around 85. So like to hit that. The Chiefs bounce back game. And I think Mahomes is a good spot for Mahomes to get right as well. People are kind of off of him, like him in DraftKings, and throw that ball to Rice. Good little combo there. Speaking of DFS, let's get into it. Denny, we played 3 days over the break. Saturday and Sunday were really bad. Had a good Monday, though. Good Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas saved us.
Yeah, Saturday was really bad. Sunday was okay, and Monday was profitable. So we'll take it. This week, there's some good plays this week. You like the slate this week?
I did.
Sunday?
Did you see my
Your message
message?
about Tony Pollard?
We don't have to play him this week because he's playing on Saturday. No Lions Cowboys on the slate.
Right. We can still play him on Saturday, though.
You want to do yeah, but there's only one game, so you want to do a showdown slate.
Yeah.
We don't do showdowns. You want to, though.
I do them on my own. We don't.
He doesn't talk about those.
I don't let many games go by where I'm not jamming fantasy lineups in. I'll tell you that. All right, let's get into the quarterbacks. I would say at the top, to me, it just looks like Hurts at 8,300. I know Mahomes projects well, but I'm just not sold on the Chiefs' offense right now. I'm not paying the Mahomes price. And Hurts is just so much more likely to get you a 1-yard rushing touchdown or 2 or 3. So at the top, it's him. And then at the bottom, there's not much in the middle that I like, to be honest with you. So at the bottom, if I'm going cheap, because I think we're going to need to go cheap for some lineups to get our 2 favorite running backs in. So I'm looking at Tyrod, Brissett, and Stidham. And I'm trying to figure out, of those 3, which one I'm going to kind of plant my flag with. And you already heard my prop, so that might spoil it. But I think I'm leaning towards Brissett first of these three. But I can see us playing all three of these guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you on Hurts at 8,300. What a hard week for value plays. You're going to want to smash McCaffrey, and he's at 9,600 when we get there. So what do? You're going to have to go real low on receiver and low on quarterback. I think our best move is to play some nasty quarterbacks. Tyrod is my favorite to play. Minshew, Brissett, Stidham. I mean, you're going to see a lot of that this week with a lot of DFS players. So I would also go to Hurts because I don't think he's going to – I think a lot of people are going to go down on quarterback this week. So Hurts, and then one of my favorite plays is a bounce-back Purdy week if he plays. Only at 7K, playing Washington. Good spot for him. Percentage owned, probably under 8%. So I do like that spot. And I'm okay with the Mahomes. But like you said, I'm fine with fading them too. So if you're off of them, I can definitely be off of them. But I think against a banged-up Cincinnati defense, like you said, there's something going on in Kansas City. He's screaming at people, cursing people out. I don't know what's going on in Kansas City, so I'm okay fading him. So if I had to go up top, it would definitely be Hurts. And then Purdy. But I think we jam in Tyrod. We jam in Brissett. Tyrod's my guy. Brissett's your guy. And then we do a little Minshew. It may be a little Stidham if you're feeling that.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I like all that. My fear with Purdy, you got this stinger thing going on, and they're going to be ahead by a lot. So I think they're going to shut it down. And there's no, they don't need to win by a million. They just need to win the game. So that's my fear with Purdy. He didn't keep chucking it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But maybe those first 3 touchdowns are passing touchdowns.
Could be.
To McCaffrey.
Yeah.
At running back, pretty easy here. Running back is tough with value. So I'm going to spend up. I'm going to take my floor in McCaffrey and get his floor is like freaking 20 points. Take your 20, move on, and then he can get you 40 in this spot against Washington. And he's playing for the MVP. Right now he's moved up into second, and talking to Fitz that the 49ers win out, or even Lamar has a bad game, McCaffrey's MVP, right? Is what we're thinking. What are his odds? Like plus 400? Like those are pretty good.
Well, Fitz is looking that up. I'll give you a crazy stat. I saw that 59% of people that have McCaffrey are in their fantasy finals or something like that.
Wild. Yeah.
Wild. I mean, that's first pick, right? Usually first pick doesn't do that for you. Usually first pick in the fantasy draft's a letdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people pick Jefferson over McCaffrey this year.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. McCaffrey probably went second or third a lot of times.
McCaffrey plus 700 on FanDuel.
Wow. I might get some of that. Denny?
He's my MVP, regardless of what actually happens. I think he's the
right.
best
It goes to it's the quarterback award now.
What if Purdy goes 4 tutties, back-to-back games? He's 20-1 right now.
Would you?
Lamar
didn't you get some of him?
No, I didn't.
You never did.
Lamar loses this weekend. It's very reactionary, right? You'll see.
It is. But if Lamar beats Miami, might be a lock.
Yeah,
right.
You're probably right.
And I will say this is probably maybe the last week to play DFS. We won't. We'll play. We'll play every week. But going in the last week, a lot of people are going to be pulled from the game early or not even play at all. So, we're going to play.
Soundbite right there till the bloody end. That's what's funny. Okay.
All right. So running back, I'll start since you already know my top. C-Mac, 9,600. Don't care. Smash spot. Put them in. Other guys that you can play that we might sprinkle. JTT with the Colts with no Zach Moss. Saquon Barkley had a good game last week. He has a good matchup this week. Good price for him too, finally. Josh Jacobs coming off injury is back at a good price. I do like that. And then with no Pacheco, CEH, and James Conner is a big – James Conner's been scoring. His price is still pretty good. Those are my guys.
Smash spot for both McCaffrey and Kyron. McCaffrey's going to be 21% owned. Kyron's looking like 9% owned for what it's worth, and I'm pretty excited about both of them. If you can do, some lineups, you take them both. Some lineups, you take one and fade the other. I think one of those two guys will be in the winning lineup this week. I also like Josh Jacobs at 6,200, a good middle of the road price, and he projects well. If you want to get weird and sprinkle something on Tyjae Spears at 4,700, if I'm the Titans, I don't run Henry into the ground out of the playoffs. Henry's old. Why put those tread? Why put the tread on those tires? And let's see what you have in Tyjae Spears. If you watch this kid in college at Tulane, he was electric, and I think he's going to be a good player in the league. So let's get him the ball. And I mean, at 4,700, if he gets you 2 touchdowns, that could be something that turns your weekend around.
Tulane could have used him this week.
They could have. They didn't have him. Look what happened.
Graybo's Hokies. Gray was in the shop.
I was rooting for the Hokies.
Because you bet him.
I bet them. I have them in every pool.
It was a beautiful sight.
Fitz was probably filming me.
Coach Price building something special in Blacksburg.
The only good ACC team. Oh, my God. The ACC is so bad.
They let me down.
NC State. Blown out. Well, not blown out, but at the end, they just made some bad mistakes. Their quarterback stinks. Transferred from UVA. Who else? Louisville looked terrible. Who else stuck? Miami lost to Rutgers.
I really got this off track. Sorry.
Denny one time is 6-1 the last 2 days. So we'll go ahead and peep Instagram for today's picks.
No big deal.
No big deal.
We rich. Arizona. What was the final in Arizona?
They covered it easily. They won by like 2 touchdowns. I should have taken them. I
did.
Stayed off.
That freshman he turned it over like 6 times.
For Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But they were
Easy
like
win.
they were actually going to win for a little bit. They hung in there. Pretty good.
Easy money. Easy. Yeah, Spears, Denny is probably the only value play at running back this week, in my opinion. Good pickup there. All right, receiver, Denny. What are we doing up top here? We got some big receivers. Tyreek is playing this week, but you have McCaffrey. How do you fit him in?
Yeah, I think I'd rather play McCaffrey and fade Tyreek this week. Which is famous last words because Tyreek can bury you, but
with no Waddle.
No Waddle, which makes you think, Tyreek will get the ball more, but A-Chain's dinged up. I think Mostert's a little dinged up, and so I think the defense is just going to swarm Tyreek. You're going to have a safety over the top all the time, and I don't see him having the big plays. Not at that price, right? So could it happen? Sure, but if I'm taking a stand, I'm going more McCaffrey and less Tyreek. I do like Michael Pittman at 7,500. I think he's going to have a big game. Rashi, as you mentioned earlier, at 6,900, he's becoming the dude in Kansas City. And Olave looks like he's back and healthy, so 6,800.
I agree with all those. Olave at 6,800 is a steal. This kid is really good. Carr is looking like he is improving week by week. What a big game for them. So look for him to get Olave going early in the offense. Love Rice this week at 6,900. I think Pittman might be my favorite play at 7,500 after he almost died coming off the concussion. He's back. Minshew looks for him. Is going to pepper him. He gets like 15 targets a game with Minshew. He's becoming an elite receiver. So I like Pittman a lot. But you're going to have to go to the value bin here if you want to play Kyron and McCaffrey. So Demario Douglas for the Patriots is my favorite in that 4,000 range. Jacoby Myers. Demarcus Robinson has come alive for the Rams in that offense that's looking really good. Curtis Samuel, Wandale Robinson. You're going to have to play a lot of these guys in the 4K. There's also JSN. All those guys are worth looking at to play, and we'll have a mix and match of all those guys in there for sure. And then Zay Flowers is only 5,600. Did you say he was hurt or something?
Zay may not play.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, keep an eye on that. And if he doesn't play, is it Bateman time? Rashad Bateman?
Maybe. He's got to throw it somewhere, right?
He's got to throw it somewhere with no Mark Andrews or Zay Flowers. OBJ could be another one.
Yeah,
right?
or likely the tight end.
Okay, tight end for me, it is Trey McBride. But you also have Okonkwo. Did I say that right this time?
That was pretty good.
That sounded great.
I thought he would take the easy way and just say Chig. Everybody calls him Chig.
Okonkwo.
Look at that.
He's only 3,600. He scored last week.
Yeah.
I do like that. He does get targets. He starts. Tennessee's going to be throwing the ball. Y'all like the over in that game too. So I do like that play a lot. He'd be my second favorite. And then you have Waller, who's back, and Schultz is back, who are in the $4,000 range. We're fading Kelsey. We're fading True Love.
Yeah, women weaken legs. So I like McBride as well. To me, I think he's the highest points per dollar projection and the highest points. It's a big spot. Chig, I like at 3,600, and then maybe think about Everett at 3,500. He's back in the lineup. And I think the receivers are dinged up for the Chargers, right? So I think that makes Everett even a better play.
Yeah, I like that. I did not see that one. Good pick. Good pick. That's why we're a team. Locks of the week. We welcome back Fitz. He took the Broncos. We got to applaud him for a great Survivor season. Great Survivor season. Unfortunately, he is out.
The trap has spoken.
And there's only 4 people left in the Circa Super Contest. So, Fitz, you made it pretty far. We doing the Circa Contest next year?
Yes.
$1,000 entry. We get a few people in.
Yeah, I can't wait. We can argue with Keith Harvey every week about who we're taking. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. You're too predictable, Denny.
Yeah.
You're too predictable.
Too chalky. He calls me Captain Conservative.
Captain Chalk.
Yeah. Johnny Chalk. Yeah.
Johnny Chalk. He calls me Mush, so I think Johnny Chalk's better.
He doesn't call me.
All right, so Survivor, we're finally done with that. But locks of the week, we had one winner, and it was Fitz, who's now 3-13, fading his 49ers, going to Ravens plus 5.5, covering easily. I took the other side of that, 49ers -5, so I'm 10-6 for the year. You know, if Brock Purdy didn't throw that pick in the end zone on the first series, it would have been different, okay? That's all I'm saying. And then Denny's +1 Cowboys. He was right there. He's 9-6-1 on the year. So still, me and Denny are having good years. These last couple of weeks have been hard, though. We need to get back on track. Who we taking, Denny? Speak for us.
Dance with
Speak,
the one.
sing us.
Dance with the one who brung you. I'm taking my Cowboys in the get right spot. Laying 5.5. Need to bury the Lions. Get right.
Lock agreement. Gray is also taking Cowboys -5.5 with Lions already locked up the division. Saturday night, the standalone game. Primetime Dak. Here we go. Playoff preview, Fitz. Fitz is locked. He's on fire.
Yeah. This is a what have you done for me lately segment, and I'm carrying it. Rams Giants over 43. Lock it in.
I like that too. Tyrod is a lot better than DeVito. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. I don't know why they didn't go to him earlier. And then the Rams have been good. Their offense is good. Kyron is elite. Kyron is elite. Puka is elite. Cup. Woo! Higbee. Rams. Giants over 43 from Fitz. I feel like Fitz is moving to that 4th win on the year for his locks. It's week 17. We're getting into it. We might be talking about who should we be selling going into the playoffs, because the playoffs are coming. So who are we rooting for in the shop? Who are we buying? Are we holding? Are we selling? What are we doing? Denny, do you have something to say about cards, Fitz, cards?
I just think it's a great time to sell Lamar. After coming off a big win, he's in a great season, likely going to be the 1 seed, possible MVP, favorite for MVP. This is when you sell him, unless you really, truly think he's going to make it to the Super Bowl, and then obviously that's a better time. So we've got a big Lamar in the fund that we've had for a while. We're going to try to put that one on the block this week to sell, and I would love to get y'all's input on is it a good time to buy Josh Allen and the Bills? They win the next 2 games. They're going to go from basically being out of the playoffs a few weeks ago to a 2 seed. I don't think anybody wants to see them in the playoffs. And did a good buy low spot on Mahomes and the Chiefs. Do you believe in them in the postseason, or are they cooked this year?
So with that being said, if you look at the playoffs right now, the Chiefs will be playing the Bills. So you need to decide who's going to win that game. And then that's who this is why we love it. His gambling, baby. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm buying Josh Allen. I think because Mahomes cards are they're just going to be chilling. I mean, the dude is elite. He's not going anywhere. I think he's the only guy that his value and his cards won't dip a ton.
Yeah, if they do, would absolutely scoop up all the Mahomes you can.
Yeah.
They might be cooked this year because they're going to have to play a road playoff game for the first time ever in their existence. So, yeah, I'm fine with Allen as well. But yeah, Mahomes, if there is a dip, absolutely.
Yeah. So my pick was I'm just a believer in Allen. I just like the guy. I know he's careless with the ball, but I'd buy Allen.
Mahomes is a
For
long-term play anyways. I don't think there's like a lot of flipping with Mahomes. Mahomes, you just buy and hope that he catches close to Brady.
Catches his third Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think any of his cards, Mahomes is like where he is going to be for a while, unless he wins that third Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Where can you look at prices on cards? Obviously, eBay. Where else, Gray?
You can go to Market Movers, save 20% after a free 14-day trial. Visit marketmoversapp.com and use the promo code NOOFFSEASON. Anything else to add before we go? And we only have 1 week left of NFL football.
It is better to have gambled and lost than not to have gambled at all. And you only have 2 weeks left to do it of the regular season.
That was Maya Angelou, right?
It was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Maya, the Greek Angela.
All right. Well, that's going to be all for today. Good luck with your bets. Thanks to our listeners for riding with Graybos. And be sure to tune in next time. Leave us that 5-star review on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you listen. Bye.
Giblets.
Kodak Black.
Closed eyes when I go to sleep, I don't see sheep, see dollar signs. $100 got him beat the eyes for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant, now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5, Gray was on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window?